Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. It's a pretty small week all in all, but as always, there's some great books to talk about. Going to start with the Marvel guys because there's 13 Secret Wars books this week with a few number ones. Here's Armor Wars. That's your Iron Man book of the week. Captain Britain and the Mighty Defenders, one of the new number ones. I'll pick up anything with She-Hulk in it, so that'll be cool. Captain Marvel and the Carol Corps. She's going to be getting a lot of attention over the next year as she's getting a new movie in the next phase of Marvel stuff. So if you're one of the very few people not already following this and Miss Marvel, you may want to figure out what all the hubbub is about. Guardians of Nowhere number 1 is your new Guardians of the Galaxy title. You can read more about this one in our newsletter. I and everybody else love anything Guardians of the Galaxy going on right now, so that's one worth checking out. Hail Hydra number 1 is my book of the week because, well, it's got a Captain America shield on it. Inhumans, another hot book, another group of guys getting their own movie next year. It's a cool Black Bolt Medusa cover. Want to be checking out anything Inhumans. Korvac Saga, the cool homage to the first appearance of the Guardians of the Galaxy there. That's your Avengers book of the week. Planet Hulk. All this Secret Wars stuff has been pretty solid. People seem pretty into the books that they're following, so if there's one of these that you're not checking out, maybe you want to give it a shot. Secret Wars Battle World, kind of your main tie-in book to all the hullabaloo. Siege number 1, probably your third or fourth first issue of the week of all this stuff. Silver Surfer by my main man Mike Allred. I've been talking about this series for a while because I like anything from Mike Allred. This series is wrapping up. It's one of your last days titles. Where Monsters Dwell number 2. A little stylistic art from Frank Cho, East Bay favorite. And Years of Future Past rounds out your Secret Wars stuff, and that's your X title of the week. But there's a couple left. Here's your last issue of Hawkeye. This book is beyond late. The next Hawkeye series is already started, but that hasn't kept you from waiting for this issue because this book's been super cool. Everybody's been into that. And Moon Knight rounds out your Marvel stuff for the week. Dig me some Moon Knight. Pretty small week for the DC guys, but Justice League number 42, one of the bigger books out there right now. This is the second part of the Darkseid War. We heard about all kinds of cool stuff coming out of this down at Comic-Con. I don't want to spoil anything, but wow, was all I had to say at the end of that panel. So you definitely want to pick up last issue number 41. Grab this week's 42. Justice League is going to be huge. Speaking of huge, everybody's really into Harley Quinn. I saw 80,000 people dressed like Harley Quinn down at the show. We met Bruce Timm, which is super awesome. This cover is particularly hilarious. She's got 2 covers this week. And speaking of everyone's favorite sinister sidekick, she's also gracing the cover of Superman Wonder Woman this week. Also a very solid title. Robin, Son of Batman is kind of your only Bat book this week, which is kind of odd and sad that there isn't more Bat titles because you love your Bat books, but Robin's solid. Martian Manhunter number 2, one of the new post-52 launches. Still got a couple copies of number 1 in stock if you get here quick. Secret 6, Black Canary, and Dr. Fate. Also some of your newer post-New 52 titles. Been anxious to see Dr. Fate get his own book back, so that's pretty cool. And Doomed rounds out your DC stuff for the week. Again, not a big week, but some cool stuff from those guys. Is a big week from my friends at Dark Horse. Got to talk up Sergio Aragonis and Gru. Saw him at the Quick Draw at San Diego Comic-Con. The main reason we go to the show. Sergio Aragonis is the funniest person in God's green earth. Certainly the funniest guy in comics. Book's well worth checking out, as is Dark Horse Presents, best anthology on the stands. If you're looking for something a little different, or just, like short stories, Dark Horse Presents is a cool book. Usagi Yojimbo, another all-time classic. Stan Sakai is another Comic-Con regular. Another guy I like to drop by his table and say, hey Stan, you're awesome. pick up a copy of Usagi Yojimbo. The Strain, your cool horror book, along with Death Head is your first issue scary stuff from Dark Horse this week. Dark Horse has a lot of cool horror books. Always recommend having something from Dark Horse on your list. Big week from the Image guys too. The Walking Dead guy has a superhero book that's been running for, well, longer than Walking Dead has, and it's really awesome. This is Robert Kirkman's Invincible. If you're following Walking Dead, you should give Invincible a try. Pick up the first volume or the first issue. That's good stuff. Trees from Warren Ellis. Always recommending anything from Warren Ellis because the guy's a genius. Elephant Men, one of my favorite Image books. Always talking up the cool genre fusion, science fiction, crime noir, action, romance book that Elephant Men is. Whatever it is you like about reading, Elephant Men's got it. It's a great book. Astronauts in Trouble and Island rounds out your Image stuff this week. Island is your first issue, gotta have it, Image book of the week, double sized and super bonus. Swords of Sorrow with Vampirella and Red Sonja 1973 are my Dynamite books this week. This Red Sonja is high glossy format, double sized, cool book. Been really talking up the great job Dynamite does with Sonja and a lot of their property stuff. Godzilla in Hell is my IDW book of the week because everybody loves giant lizards that crush things. And Book of Death is my Valiant book of the week. Don't talk enough about the cool job Valiant does with their stuff. Book of Death is their next big event crossover sort of thing. So if you're not following a Valiant book, you can jump in on that one and see what all the hubbub's about. And a great week for kids books. Always talking up The Simpsons. The great job Bongo does with their whole line of Simpsons and Bart Simpson. The one-shot specials, Futurama. Just as great as the show. And of course, my main man Jughead. I had Archie artist Dan Parent do a little sketch of my man Jughead because he's one of the coolest Archie characters around. Hope you didn't miss Archie #1 last week by Mark Waid. That was really awesome too. Great week for kids books. Again, not a huge week, but lots and lots of great stuff. Want to talk up the Black Hat Comics Rock and Milpitas post-Comic-Con Comic-Con. Every year after San Diego Comic-Con, we bring just a little bit of the con back to you. Tonight kicks off the whole thing with our preview night and subscriber-only party. All of you subs come on in, take part of the big sale. And then we got different events each day between now and Sunday night. So check out the events page at blackhatcomics.biz and get on down here. Check out all the cool stuff we got going on. It's tons of fun. That's all I got for you for this week. Check us out at blackhatcomics.biz. Check us out at Facebook. Check out our cool YouTube channel. Or just get on down here to Rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.